Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting podcast. Sean Higgs coming at you here, March the 25th. It's a Tuesday. Matt Fargo with me. Brian Bittler in transit. Maybe he's doing a little minor league prepping. Who knows? Maybe he's getting some baseball cards. That would be great. Either way, he'll be with us tomorrow covering the Sweet 16 tomorrow with Matt and Brian. NIT today with me and Mr. Fargo. We'll get to those free pick winners in just 1 minute. We start off, as always, for me to tell you to hit the like, share, subscribe, notification bell on, so you know each and every day the free pick videos come at you. NBA, college hoops, Major League Baseball coming at you pretty soon. Opening day on Thursday. I'm excited. I got 6 games loaded up already, Matt. But these are the free picks. Head on over to gamblersworld.net for the premium action. As you see today, last chance to get the 3-for-1 deal. Buy a 3-day package, get the 4th day free. And I don't know, works out well. I said yesterday, don't buy it on Monday. Buy it on Tuesday because you get Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's both days of the Sweet 16 plus opening day Major League Baseball. Look, what more do you need? Oh, I know what you need. You need NBA and hockey. That's also included in the 4-day all-you-can-eat buffet we got going on here. 3 days, gets you 4. Go get it. Gamblersworld.net. Now, you want something a little longer than that? 3 7-day packages guaranteed. We show you a profit or we credit you back. But let's be honest, you buy a weekly, monthly package here, you're going to be all right. We'll save you a little bit of money in the long term, but we make it back for you in the short term as we cash our winners here and our premium picks. You see the leaderboard, how everybody is doing there. And there is that. There you go. Get your picks from me and Matt over at gamblersworld.net. And there's another dozen guys at gamblersworld.net. So there's that. I don't know. NIT is for me. Matt, I haven't talked to you since last week, so I want to see how your weekend was and what you got in store for this for tonight here on Tuesday and this coming week. If you got things loaded up for Thursday and Friday already.
Yeah, the tournament started out good. The weekend, not as great, very chalky, right? As you probably know, we're both kind of underdog people, and the favorites have just been rolling. Like the top 4 seeds are, I want to say, actually, I think I can pull it up right here. The top 4 seeds are 19 and 13 so far this season. Go back to last year, 40 and 22 through the first 2 rounds. That's kind of unheard of, right?
Yeah.
And, favorites of 8 or more won every game through the first 2 rounds, which you don't see very often at all. I kind of like the fact that, we do have all the top teams, most of the top teams at least, in, the Sweet 16, so it should be some great matchups. But some of these lines are just, like, is this stuff going to even out where the underdogs finally start barking? Or are the favorites going to keep rolling? And is that why these lines are so high? Like, of the 8 games, 5 of them are -5.5 or higher. I can't get my head around it right now. Like, I love some of these underdogs, but I'd like to just have to wait till tomorrow to see if the line goes up even more. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're staring at, you got some 8s out here, you got some 9s out here with these favorites. And listen, we thought coming in that it was going to be a top-heavy tournament, right? Because we saw this during the year. Right, it was always about Florida and Duke and Auburn and these guys at the top. Alabama, Duke 9, Auburn 8, Houston 9. These are on neutral floors. If this was a regular season game on these courts, it would be 15-point favorites almost.
Right.
And I know, listen, the Publix, I wrote it down. I was trying to scan to see if I could find it. What the favorites have been, although I don't know where that sheet of paper is. I have all these brackets printing out for the Crown, for the NIT, CBI, but like the favorites, it's sort of got a little. I think it's like 27 and 22, so it's down to about a 55% for the favorites. And I've been all over. I went 9-3. Well, yes, I had Cleveland State, so I'll add that into my 9-3 weekend run. But listen, I took Duke as a favorite, but I had UConn. I had Cal Irvine as a favorite. That was a loser. I had Drake the other day, didn't get it done. I had Creighton, didn't get it done.
I was at Drake and Creighton as well over the weekend.
I had Arkansas was a dog there. I had Tennessee was a favorite there, but again, splitting out I've hit some totals that kind of helped. A lot of overs there. It's weird. It's been a weird. I don't know. I'm hitting a little bit. I'll take it, but the tournament's definitely been an oddball kind of tournament.
Yeah, just no drama, which is fine, I guess. People want their upsets, they want their Cinderellas, but at the same time, you kind of want these big teams in and just have them fight it out and see who's going to come out on top. I mean,
yes,
obviously, go ahead.
You want a close game, though, man. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
saying you want
Oh, yeah.
dogs because let's be honest, McNeese pulled out a nice upset win, and then they get throttled the next day because that's what usually happens. You pull an upset, and then most likely a team's going to get beat up in the next matchup. Right? Some teams go on Sweet 16 runs. We've seen those exceptions, but it's not even like you're getting close games.
Right.
And then they set this crap up over the weekend. It was like, hey, we got a game at noon and one at 3 and one at 5, 1, 7. Like, just play the game. The old days, you just play them. We'd have 3 games going at noon. There'd be that random 2:20 game or out west. Everything else was kind of along the same time frame. Now it's like, nope, standalone games. Well, you got teams getting buried by 15 at the half.
Yeah, I mean, and it's played out to what pretty much everybody expected. The SEC, they have 7 teams in right now, and the ACC, they have Duke, where you saw North Carolina, Clemson, and Louisville all get blown out. Like, we kind of saw that coming just going in because how weak, the ACC is perceived, and it came to fruition. It was a weak conference this year, and besides Duke, all we have is SEC, Big 10, and Big 12, which you sort of saw coming, but at the same time, there have to be.
But you know what? Half of the SEC didn't make it because the other half was all 6 and 10 kind of squad. So
right.
You want to make fun. Now, Clemson, bad. I mean, what can we say about Clemson? That was a bad spot. I thought Clemson would be a team to go on a little run. They're missing a guy. It is what it is. Louisville, bad kind of break for them, I guess, as a 18-win team out of the ACC. Now, you were basically in a home kind of game in that arena, but you started out slow, and then you got boat race. It wasn't even close.
Right. Yeah, we talked about it last week. How Louisville was one of the teams that got completely underseeded. What were they? 8 or 7? 8, I think.
Yeah. They don't think an 8-9 game.
You're saying right. Yeah, and as you said, as an 18-team conference, victory team, they should have been seeded a little bit higher, and they did catch the break and played in Lexington, but obviously that didn't matter.
Didn't matter. But we go to these again. The lower SEC teams didn't advance. All these 6-7 win teams out of the conferences, they went 2-7, and one of the wins was, I think, Baylor and whoever they played. They were head to head, so you were going to get a win out of that game. So, that is, they didn't win at all. None of those teams kind of won that thought, oh, look at this, we're here. 2-1 and 1 win.
So of the final 16, 15 are ranked 28 or higher in net ranking, with Arkansas being the only outlier at number 40. And that's coaching, Calipari, right? He knows what he's doing this time of year.
Yeah, but also St. John's, you have your best shooter go 2 of 20 or whatever. St. John's could not find water. If they weren't at that time, the guy would have fell out of the boat and landed on another iceberg and survived. They couldn't find the basket. Terrible. You took out your best scorer. The guy was 3 of 22. I guess,
right.
Leave him in and let him miss another shot. At that point, it doesn't really make a difference. But I understand, I can't have him miss another one. Is he due to score after missing 20 in a row or whatever? It wasn't just him. The whole team couldn't hit a shot. They shot 35% or something like that. 32%.
Pitino's brutally honest about it, too, after his the press conference after the game. He told it like it is.
You know why? But and you don't want to crush the kid, all right? You don't think he feels bad already? A game like that, you think you're going to go on at least an Elite 8 kind of run, possibly a Final Four run, and that's the game you remember by after a great season? Sad.
Right.
That's not it is what what do you say about that? But again, Arkansas, they're here. They're moving on.
It's such a fickle game. When they started out 0-5 in the SEC, right? And they caught fire at the right time. Whether they can buy Texas Tech or not, I'm not sure yet. I kind of like them getting plus 5.5. But, these teams you want to kind of ride right now where they're, where they call fighting the second half of the season. And Arkansas is definitely one of them. Michigan, who I doubted going into the Big Ten tournament, they went on to win it. They're looking good right now. They were kind of written off for a little bit. So we have some good matchups.
It's they're the Big Ten conference champions. They are 8-point dogs to the regular season champions of the SEC, where Michigan State is a 2-point favorite as conference champions over Ole Miss, who is what, 4th place, 5th place in the SEC?
We're on there, yeah.
All right, it's crazy. Here's real fast, St. John's. 1 of 10, 3 of 17, 4 of 11, 1 of 8. These guys. I mean, that's just 28%.
And that's after going 19 for 21 in the biggest championship in the second half, like the latter half of the second half, like the final 10 minutes. They couldn't miss there. Whereas 2 games later they couldn't buy a shot. It's just funny.
Second half, St. John's are going to come in and play good. Right, they were up 5 on Omaha and then crushed them in the second half. Let's get to today's game. We could hoe and hum over St. John's. I mean, it's by your neck of the woods. I'm an old Johnny's guy, but we'll move on to the NIT for the again, folks. Free picks here. 40 and 32 of college basketball. If you want Matt's best bet for tonight in the NIT, head over to gamblersworld.net. Same with me. I got NIT. I got Sweet 16. I got Major League Baseball. We're ready to go here at Gamblers World with our top plays. But, Matt, you'll be taking a look at North Texas and Oklahoma State. The Cowboys, a 1.5-point favorite, total of 138.5 here. They reseed here in the NIT and the championship games in Indianapolis. No more MSG. The reseeding, I mean, North Texas got to be a little upset, right? You're the 2 seed and you got to go on a road here to play Oklahoma State. Although the people in North Texas and Texas in general consider Oklahoma just another city to them. Like it's like the little, it's just like a suburb of Dallas. So it's not really a huge travel spot. Rivalry probably, even though it's the Big 12 versus the little guy here in North Texas. But what do you think about this one? This is a interesting little matchup because you see the 27-8 record or whatever for North Texas, 17-17 for the Sooners, and yet the Sooners small fave here at home.
Yeah, you have to think North Texas must be upset about this, like with the whole reseeding thing. They come in 30 spots higher in the net ranking, but they have to travel, which doesn't seem too fair. But yeah, I like Oklahoma State here. They're like we just talked about teams catching fire. Obviously, they didn't make the NCAA tournament, but they've been playing well down the stretch. And their one issue was they couldn't beat any of the big teams this year. They went 1-14 in quad 1 games, most of those on the road. Right now, they're 13-3 at home. All 3 losses against teams ranked number 12 or higher in the net ranking. So what used to be a huge home court edge for the Cowboys kind of went away the last couple of years, but they seem to have it back this year for sure. And, Lutz is a good coach. He took his last couple teams to the NCAA tournament. So he knows, what these games mean to these smaller schools. And now he's in the Big Ten, what it can mean for Oklahoma State moving forward. And yeah, this is a rematch from 2 years ago. I think it was 23 when North Texas won the NIT. They actually beat Oklahoma State in one of the games. So you could say revenge. None of the players were here. The coach wasn't here, so I can't really call it a revenge spot. But I like the Cowboys here. I think they can get it done on their home floor. They're a great free throw shooting team, great free throw rate, which we all know is important this time of year. So, yeah, give me the Cowboys laying the short number in this one.
Oklahoma State official pick here from Matt Fargo. As I mentioned, listen, they're 13-3 at home, so they win their games. I don't know, man. I'm kind of torn here. I sort of like North Texas just because they maybe have a little chippy on their shoulder. I know they don't have the resume of who they've played even before the conference started. I mean, their best win, I'm trying to see who would be.
Minnesota. It was Minnesota, and that was back in November. So,
I mean, there's not much. I mean, they lost. These guys lost to McNeese on the road. I mean, and you want to say what you want about McNeese? Are they good or bad? They won a tournament game. You look at the loss to Utah State. They beat Northern Iowa, but There you go. Nothing else really. You got the Memphis loss on here, a couple points. I don't know, man. I kind of want to take. I didn't bet this game at all. Let's just stick it to Matt's play here because I really got nothing to add. It's one of those where I see that North Texas 7-5 on the road is not a bad number. I don't care what conference you're in. You go in, you win a neutral game, or win on the road in a conference. That's pretty impressive. It's tough to do, no matter what. Not many teams have winning records on the road in college basketball.
That's 100% true. 100% true. I mean, most of their road wins were against, quad 3, quad 4 teams, but
yeah, it's who they play. But
right.
If you look at a bunch of these squads, they having winning road records. Not really.
You can only do what's put in front of you, right? You can't. Exactly. They can't dictate the schedule. And 7-5 doesn't matter who you play. If you're winning games, you're doing what you're supposed to do. I do agree with that.
28 wins, right? What are they at? 28 wins on here? 26 wins. Again, official pick though. Oklahoma State Cowboys here for Matt Fargo. Get Matt's best bet in the NIT tonight. Head over to gamblersworld.net for that. And again, buy a 3-day pass. You get the 4th day for free. That's both days of the Sweet 16. You don't go wrong with that. And loads of Major League Baseball for those cappers like Major League Baseball. Next game up here, Chattanooga and Bradley. Here comes the Chats, the Moccasins. Couple upset wins for these guys. Who saw that one coming from them? They were underdogs in both games. They're catching a 3.5 here. This total now has ballooned up to 153.5, Matt. And I got to tell you, this was I think a 144, 146 opener. And even from this morning, it's gone up a whole point here. I look at this one. Chattanooga on a 7-3 overrun. Bradley on a 3-7 underrun. Pretty good defensive squad for Bradley, right? One of the top defensive teams out here. Look at these scores that they've gone under it. 146, 118, 138, 133, 129, 141. And this opens in like the 147 range and gets bets up 4 or 5 points here. I mean, on principle, I'm going to have to say take the over here based on this line moved last night and even from when it came out. Is this sharp guys pumping this up to come in and burying under 153 here, or trying to get a nice middle? I do not get the line move one bit. Do I like Bradley here to take there? You go win a couple upsets, you win one on the road, one at home. Maybe Chattanooga runs out of gas here, but I'm going to say over 153.5 because a lot more smarter people than me have moved this number 3, 4, 5 points, depending on where you see as an opener. I'm going over the total, 153.5. 153. We need an 80-80 game in this one with a team in Bradley who gives up like 60 points a game at home. What do you think? This is a crazy total for me, I think.
I do agree. The one concern obviously is the Bradley defense, like you brought up. They've been playing really well over the stretch. Well, the Chattanooga on this offense, it's all going to depend on who dictates the tempo, I guess. And if Chattanooga can run like they do, like they like to do, this game flies over. I think they started off, 2-3, 3-3, like 3-7 to the under. Now their game's just rolling over the total over the last couple months. It's because their offense is clicking. They're playing with house money right now. Coming off that triple overtime win, which they had no business really winning in the first round, which I was on luckily, and then they rolled over Dayton, a really good Dayton team. So scored 87 points in that game. So like I said, my only concern would be the Bradley defense, if they can muck it up and slow it down, which is probably what they're going to try to do. But if the Mocs can get their running game going like they like to do, then I can see this one going over for sure.
There you go. Matt tentatively agrees with me, but again, we kind of worry about how each person and their own games go. That's how I keep the records here. I like the over 153.5. Matt Fargo likes Oklahoma State -1.5. These are 2 free picks here for the NIT tonight. We are 40-32 with the free picks here with college basketball this season. You might think that's bad. It's really not. That is I thought I wrote it down here. I guess I didn't write down the percentage. I can't do it off the top of my head. I'm not that smart. I think it was like 56, 57%. If my derelict math corrects me, if I'm all right there.
55.5%. Yep. Right
Okay,
around.
not bad. So right around. That's a good number, folks. It's a good number. Don't be fooled by a couple losses. Like you have to go like 10-1. We're not giving out crazy money lines minus 180s here. All right. So 40 and 32 at the free picks. Oklahoma State minus 1.5. Over Bradley 153.5. These are our free picks. The best bets are at gamblersworld.net. Where right now we have our special 3-for-1 up. There's a three to get 4. It's not a 3-for-1, but I guess it's a 1-for-4 because you're buying one package, but you're getting 4 days. How about that? How about that word math there? 3-day pass gets you a 4th day for free, which is perfect on a Tuesday because we're going to get both Sweet 16 games on Thursday, Friday. Major League Baseball on Thursday. We got 15 games going there. Hockey, NBA. Use the leaderboard at gamblersworld.net. You see how every capper's doing there. And there you have it. Matt's got NIT tonight. I got some NIT tonight. I got a little Sweet 16 on Thursday. Happy Thursday. No, it's not Thursday. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. We'll be back Wednesday with Thursday Sweet 16. I'm all confused. We do the games ahead of time. I apologize.
It's been a long couple weeks.
It is. And when you do the video, so you're always like a day ahead of time sometimes on the video. So I'm always like, I thought today was Wednesday. It's not.
Yeah,
it's Tuesday.
It's only Tuesday. Only Tuesday.
Well, we're out of here. Oklahoma State over Bradley. Back tomorrow with Matt, Brian Bittler, and myself talking Sweet 16 Thursday night action. We'll see you there. Hit the like button. Tell us who you like tonight in the NIT. Good luck, everybody. Bye-bye.